Now, Agri SA has called on government to limit any increase to the national minimum wage. The lobby group says anything above a 7.5% inflation rate will cripple the sector. It's suggesting 2% less than inflation, which would amount to 5.5%. The agricultural sector employs close to 900,000 workers. But to unpack this, I'm now joined by Agri SA Chair Johan Wege. Johan, thank you for your time and good morning to you. Take us through your caution here and your concern regarding this minimum wage, which is likely higher than 7.5%.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, and good morning to your viewers. Yeah, we have called on government to see if we cannot get in with a lower than inflation increase in the national minimum wage. It is so that we've seen quite high increases over the last couple of years, and in fact, I think the last couple of years we've seen inflation around about 5%, but the increases in the national minimum wage has been around about 11.6% since 2012. So we're asking government that we need some kind of relief here, that we need to see what we can do to support the farming community and to support the agricultural sector in general. Has government responded to your calls? Yeah, Chris was actually going early in the sense that normally government would deliberate, the National Commission would deliberate on the submissions, but this time round they actually asked us and other parties to make submissions earlier, so we're waiting on them to come back to us to see. But it is so that we're sitting in an international crisis. It's not only a local crisis, it's also an international crisis. Trade has been difficult. We're battling to get to the export markets, and locally, and things have changed dramatically. If you record correctly, we have seen increases in electricity problems. We've seen local problems regarding logistics and so forth.
You're saying that the anything more than the current 7.5% inflation rate will actually cripple the sector. That's how serious this matter is. What consequences are we talking about here? Give me some details when we talk about how the sector will be heavily impacted.
I think we need to protect the industry. It's about sustainability of activity, and it's about moving forward. It is so that input cost has dramatically risen, and labour is just one of the input costs. And we need to do whatever we can do from Agri SA's point of view to assist our local producers on the ground and to come with some kind of alleviation.
Yeah, we talk about, the farm producers in this context, but what about the consumers, Johan? Should, of course, you not succeed in your bid with engagements with government, there will be a knock-on effect then on, consumers and buyers. What does that impact look like?
Certainly so. I think the other important thing is that we need to put healthy food on the table, and we need to put affordable food on the table. But it is also so that, and let's take it from the worker side, the cost of living has increased dramatically. So that is also an important point to take into consideration. I think that the normal food basket for a consumer, for a worker, has increased. And for us not to respond to that will simply not go down well. So that's the reason why we've asked for inflation minus 2%, taking into consideration that we have seen these higher than inflation increases over the last couple of years, almost from 2012.
Right. And I mean, the same consumers, or at least some of them, work in the industry. You employ approximately 900,000 workers as a sector. And surely this has an impact as well. The cost of labor, the increasing cost of labor would have an impact on workers as well. I mean, with the already high cost of living, some people not having jobs, they're unemployed. This could potentially mean more job losses, right?
Yeah, this is a very interesting sector. It is to a certain extent cyclical. So we foresee that there might be some kind of job losses as we move through the cycles. But ultimately, agriculture is growing in the country. Agriculture over the last couple of years has contributed in some instances double-digit numbers to the GDP. And we need to take that further. So it is about keeping the business of agriculture healthy, but at the same time also, it's that fine balancing act between increases and how much we increase.
Right. And Johan, I'm asking this question because I understand that if needs be, farmers may speed up the adoption of technology just to cut costs, as well as other mechanisms just to cut costs.
I think the most important point here is that we need to grow the economy. Yeah. And as the economy grows, agriculture will also grow. And the more we grow the economy, the more opportunities will develop. Yes, it is so that farmers move into scale of economy. They move into mechanization in some instances. So we need to take cognizance of these things. But we're also of the opinion that the broader we make the economy, the bigger we make the agricultural sector, the more employment opportunities there will be. And there will be for South Africans.
All right, we'll leave it there. Johan Wege, thank you so much for your time. Agri SA chairperson talking to us this morning, cautioning against a hike to the minimum wage higher than the current 7.5% inflation rate. Thank you so much to Johan Wege for speaking to me this morning.